Hello and welcome to this Facebook Live with The Wire. So big news coming in from Bihar today. News has just come in that Nitish Kumar, the Chief Minister of Bihar, has submitted his resignation to the governor over the almost 20-day long standoff with ally RJD. Corruption charges, a lot of corruption charges were filed against the Deputy CM Tejashwi Yadav by the CBI. A continuous standoff has then ensued between Lalu Prasad Yadav and Nitish Kumar. Interestingly, just yesterday, Nitish Kumar told the media that there is no reason to worry, and this standoff regarding Tejashwi Yadav is not going to hurt the Mahagathbandhan. And just today, he has said that it has become impossible for him to work under current situations because he has taken a high moral ground, and he has said that he has always projected this image of clean governance, and he cannot and he demands that he says that he never demanded that Tejashwi Yadav resign, but he said that it is the responsibility of the RJD government to at least explain and clear out the allegations against Tejashwi Yadav. So today I have with me Ajoy Ashirwad joining us. He's the deputy editor at The Wire, and he has also continuously reported on this issue. He has also put out a long detailed explainer on the particulars of the case against Tejashwi Yadav and others. Welcome to this live, Ajoy.
Right.
So just to start off this discussion, I think it's important for our readers to have a sense of what exactly are these allegations against Tejashwi Yadav and others that has led to this continuous standoff and finally the resignation of CM.
Yeah. So at the onset, Akhil, I want to say the Nitish, who was always perceived as the cleaner one in the Mahagathbandhan, has kind of cemented his place as the cleaner politician in the Mahagathbandhan. But what you're talking about the 20-day standoff. So I think we can rewind a little more. Since April 15th, BJP has been making allegations against not just Tejashwi Yadav but also Lalu Yadav, Rabdi Devi, and many of his what we can say is Lalu and his kin, his family, which includes not just Tejashwi Yadav, Tej Pratap Yadav, his daughters, and which included a lot of alleged Benami transactions which the BJP was talking about. And in the Wire, I did a report detailing all those kind of things, so one can go and look at it. But broadly, what we can say is BJP was alleging that Lalu during his tenure as the railway minister, during the UPA 1 regime, and Rabdi Devi during her tenure as the chief minister till 2005, engaged in different kinds of Benami transactions, which included formation of shell companies, and there was an exchange of especially land, which kind of which were in kind of no hands initially, but as time progressed, after 2012, Tejashwi Yadav, Tej Pratap Yadav, Misa Bharti, and two of her daughters kind of became directors of those shell companies and diverted those and got the ownership of the land, which was kind of bought by different shell companies a decade back or something. So this is what broadly the allegations are. But if you get into detail, BJP is alleging that it is a 950 crores scam. To me, which it seems a little exaggerated, but there were certain documents that the BJP produced, and which RJD should have ideally come clean about. But they did not do so, and that was primarily the demand of Nitish Kumar, that if BJP is alleging certain things, Tejashwi Yadav especially and Lalu Yadav should come clean on that. And the last 20 days we have seen the political drama that kind of unfolded in Bihar was something on these lines, and most of it was in the realm of speculation because no one was coming on record. Yeah. And but according to sources that we journalists talked to, we could get that not everything was right between the two parties, RJD and Janata Dal United, yeah, which politically had emerged in 2015 as one of the prime in the formation of Mahagathbandhan as one of the main opposition
strongest
fronts,
opposition to the
strongest to the central government. And right now, because Nitish has quit, because in the morning Lalu had clearly stated that that there was no question of Tejashwi Yadav resigning, and Nitish had exactly not demanded Tejashwi Yadav's resignation. He had just asked him to kind of come clean on those allegations. But after a lot of deliberations, Nitish Kumar went and met Rahul Gandhi also, and who tried to mediate. Sonia Gandhi also tried to mediate between the two so that the Mahagathbandhan doesn't break. And it was important for the opposition that the Mahagathbandhan doesn't break. But as things have turned out, Nitish has already given his resignation and has the first point that he made, that he listened to his inner voice, which he called
consciousness.
Antaratma, or and that is what he has taken. So, and the main points that Nitish raised after he when he was talking to the media just after he came off out of the governor's house, that he had supported demonetization move, which largely the other opposition parties were not supporting. And when he was supporting, he had also requested the Prime Minister, or demanded the Prime Minister to also act against Benami properties, exactly the allegations which RJD was facing. So, and he said that he had no moral standing to partner with a organization.
Yeah, he said he couldn't face the people.
Because he himself was demanding that there should be a law against Benami properties, and RJD was facing similar charges, and he as on an ethical ground, he thought that RJD would come clean on it. But RJD, to me, I think should have done that. It was deliberating, and at present RJD was trying to kind of pressurize Janata Dal United as a bigger partner, because as we know, they are the bigger partner with 80 MLAs, with Janata Dal United with only 71 MLAs. Yeah. So they were kind of trying to put pressure on the government, but Nitish has somehow escaped that situation by resigning.
In his address to the media just after tendering his resignation, he repeatedly said that on both the issues of demonetization, on his support for demonetization and also his support for President Ramnath Kovind, he said that he felt he had to sort of hear a lot of things from other opposition parties who were completely against.
Exactly. Nitish, since the time Mahagathbandhan government came to power in Bihar, Nitish was heading the government, and his image, what he did by resigning was exactly kind of cement his place as a leader who is incorruptible. Because since the last 20 days, Nitish has always been addressing the media, saying that his government will have a zero tolerance at policy towards corruption. And he has made those things clear that even if one of his own men or one of his partners would indulge in corruption, he will not spare them. And this, if you place this in a context, Nitish has always been seen by political observers and political parties, which includes the BJP also, that Nitish can actually pose a threat to Modi's stature. And that is why it became, and because Nitish has seen to it that he doesn't indulge in any kind of maneuvering which kind of spoils his image as a clean leader. So he went against the larger opposition unity against demonetization and supported demonetization. And in more recently we saw how Janata Dal United kind of supported Kovind when the larger opposition was trying to have a candidate against Kovind.
He looked particularly hurt. He repeatedly said that against all odds he had to fight even his own allies to take an ethical stand, that I support demonetization, but you'll also have to act against Benami properties. So and he said that
we know that Nitish is not a person or not a leader who would uncritically support the cause of a larger opposition unity, how we see that. So, and that is why in his message to the media just after resignation, he specifically said that he is with opposition unity, and he wants a larger unity of opposition parties to kind of defeat or to pose a credible opposition to the BJP communal agenda. But he said that opposition, he was always of the view that opposition unity should be forged on certain aspects of on a certain political narrative, on certain principal positions, on an agenda. So he, in front of the media, he has always held the positions which are kind of righteous, and that is why BJP has still not figured out how to counter Nitish Kumar, and that is why most of the opposition leaders projected Nitish Kumar. We heard Ramchandra Guha recently say, talking about Nitish, why Congress should project him as PM candidate. So, and that is what Nitish is kind of trying to save at the moment by resigning from the government and not as the chief minister, and the idea that he can sacrifice, he can go outside his political ambitions or beyond his political ambitions to kind of sacrifice his power, has kind of gone quite well.
But what does it mean for him, for his political ambitions? Like he was being projected as the face of the as the PM face for the opposition. In
I think I've been talking to a lot of some JDU leaders, and I think within the JDU, the talk that he could be a potential prime minister candidate or the leader, it was not on at the moment, despite the fact that media and the opposition and many political observers were kind to interpret the situation like that. But right now, the political impact, what I feel is that Mahagathbandhan has collapsed. And Mahagathbandhan, if we look back, we see that Mahagathbandhan was a formidable opposition because of the caste-based alliance that it brought with it. And we all know that if there is a next election, and with the caste-based alliances broken, and not just the party's alliance broken, BJP may emerge as the strongest player in a tripartite struggle. And that is precisely why BJP since last April has been kind of targeting RJD, and even just within a month after Mahagathbandhan came to power, BJP started its attack on the government, saying, and all around Lalu Prasad Yadav, under whom Bihar had kind of declined into a lawless state a decade back. But Lalu also had kind of managed to reinvent himself as the railway minister, and then trying and building a broader solidarity among opposition parties against communalism that was practiced by the Hindutva forces. So he had kind of reinvented himself ideologically and also politically, because he himself is barred from contesting any election. So, but BJP trained its gun on how Lalu forced Nitish to get his two sons into plum positions in the cabinet. The initial controversy was to get them tickets, MLA tickets. So Lalu was trying to kind of sail in two boats, while at one time he was trying to build a broader ideological formation, and the other side,
with this massive support from the people of Bihar, I think Lalu was also trying to flex his muscles.
Because they were the larger, test his limits. So that has happened. And it has been going on for a while. But as an independent observer, I don't know how they would take it right now, because the whole discourse of corruption charges against RJD was nothing new. These were new charges.
The timing is really curious, because suddenly the CBI is filing cases against the deputy CM, and so this can be seen as an attempt to break down the Mahagathbandhan, which we all know.
And that is what exactly the BJP was trying to do. That this was a caste-based alliance which BJP is not being able to get into, and for them to get into or break this caste-based alliance in Bihar, they need to break the Gathbandhan, and that is how they kind of tried to pull the strings through and use the CBI. There's an allegation that CBI, because there are different cases of BJP chief ministers like Anandiben Patel, whose daughter is accused of a 400
the irrigation scam,
crore land scam, irrigation scam, and so many other scams. But CBI was not used then, but CBI was being used against Lalu to break the Gathbandhan. So politically, it is definitely beneficial for BJP, and within minutes, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated Nitish Kumar for having resigned.
And he has congratulated Nitish on behalf of 1.3 billion people of the country, saying that it is a welcome step in the fight against corruption.
So what in the last 1 year with Bihar Mahagathbandhan kind of disintegrating, it will send negative signals to the larger efforts to build opposition unity, and that is, I think, for BJP it's a big success. And how things will, because Nitish, when he was addressing the media, he did not answer the questions whether he will ally with BJP or not. But if he has resigned on a moral high ground right now. But if he finally,
he has also clearly not said anything against. He has not pointed fingers. He has not said anything against RJD. So he has kept all options open. So could it also be that he's also trying to have a hard showdown with RJD?
He's also trying to. For him, resignation at this point can also be interpreted as a way to exert pressure on RJD to keep the Mahagathbandhan alive. Until now, the ball was in Mahagathbandhan's court, RJD's court, I'm sorry. So Nitish had made it categorical statements that Tejashwi should come clean on it, but the RJD refused to do so. So when Nitish's this drastic measure may allow or may force the RJD to think of Mahagathbandhan, Lalu was trying to sail in two boats. At one stage trying to secure his family within the larger political setup of Bihar, and at one stage making very sincere efforts in building an ideological platform that can counter the Hindutva forces. So now is a point where Lalu has to choose between the two. Whether, and I think for Lalu it should not. I did not know why RJD delayed it so much, but it should not be a very, very difficult choice.
Why do you feel
both his sons, in real political terms, if you see both his sons, Tejashwi Yadav and Tej Pratap Yadav, are fairly young right now. They have a long political career to go now, and right now the need of the moment, especially for opposition, is to have some semblance of unity, which is ideological in nature and which is also forceful in nature. And Mahagathbandhan, I think, was at the forefront of it.
So Lalu has been repeating that.
We saw even Akhilesh Yadav, while despite the fact that he lost to BJP, he was pretty cool about it. He said that we have a long future and we will try and build an alternative political narrative which will help them in the long run. So Lalu, I think, should focus on the long run right now and save the Mahagathbandhan right now.
So Lalu has been repeatedly, he has never missed an opportunity to remind Nitish Kumar that he's sitting in the CM chair is only because of the numbers that Lalu brought with him,
which I think is a bit misplaced. Also, that analysis, it's without the numbers, that the 80 MLAs that he got. Whether, I don't know whether Lalu thinks that without JDU's support, whether he could have got those 80 MLAs or not is a big question, because he lost miserably to BJP and JDU combined in the last assembly election. It was only because of Nitish's credibility as a political leader and Lalu's mass base and also JDU's mass base that they could defeat the BJP comprehensively. And it was I think on the RJD's part, it is kind of a big political mistake if they right now desert the JDU and let Nitish Kumar ally with the BJP. On the other hand, if Nitish Kumar, who has kind of attained a moral high ground, has taken a righteous position, if he goes ahead and allies with BJP, because BJP, as we know, since the last 3 months,
they have been sending feelers,
feelers, warming up,
and most prominent
and has also Sushil Modi has publicly declared that.
And BJP's parliamentary committee meeting is going on right now as we speak.
Yeah. So the BJP at 7 p.m. they are scheduled to meet right now, and not just feelers. Sushil Modi has been telling and indicating by all means that Nitish Kumar can join us right now, and we can form the government.
But will it be wise for Nitish to go back?
It won't be politically wise, because eventually he might have saved his political credentials after resignation right now, but if he eventually allies with BJP, he will be seen as an opportunist
he will
leader.
lose credibility with the people.
Credibility with the people. A person right now, he is a person who is willing to give away.
So what exactly is Nitish Kumar thinking right now? If he goes with BJP, he loses his credibility. He cannot go back with RJD. So where exactly does it leave Nitish Kumar?
Right now, as he told the media, that where he will go from here is something to see in the next few days. But right now, what he did was for these reasons. So where he can go, because Nitish will obviously, like Nitish was being judged for his alliance with RJD, which has a image, which has kind of an alleged corrupt image, or a non-polished party, or without a political which is seen as a corrupt party. So if it goes there, and Nitish Kumar right now, if he go, Nitish Kumar, what he's thinking right now is very difficult to say right now. But I don't know. Nitish can also be judged if he politically, if he goes back to the pre-Modi days when I think everyone remembers that he had quit the alliance with BJP when Modi was elevated to the Prime Minister's position, and that was the reason he quit the alliance and then contested alone. When they did not win in 2015, only then he was forced to, and all the opposition was forced to kind of ally together and form this Mahagathbandhan. But that right now, an opposition, I think, will be in disarray for a few.
So in terms of sheer numbers, what are we looking at in the sense of the future of the Mahagathbandhan? Or
so
is
right
it
now,
too early to say?
The Bihar Legislative Assembly has 243 MLAs, out of which 80 MLAs are with RJD. JDU has 71 MLAs, Congress has 27 MLAs, and these three form the Mahagathbandhan. With 53 MLAs with the BJP, if 53 plus 71, they will
go past the
halfway mark of 122. So, and that is what the BJP would right now be wanting. It all depends on Nitish Kumar whether he wants to ally with them or try further tactics to bring in RJD into the loop. Because I don't think why Tejashwi Yadav cannot come clean on the corruption charges, because BJP is producing documents, and that is what an opposition does. Within the larger political game, we can see the CBI being used by the BJP to press on RJD, put some pressure on RJD. But I also don't see why Tejashwi Yadav and Lalu and his party cannot come clean on the corruption charges. So they should have given their explanation, and it would have saved the Mahagathbandhan. But right now, because Nitish, we must all realize that the Mahagathbandhan rests on, primarily the most important factor is Nitish Kumar's credibility as a leader, and he's been trying to build a different alternative political narrative in Bihar.
So do you think Lalu Yadav made a mistake by holding his ground, and he could have easily come clean on the Tejashwi Yadav?
He could have. I think it's a big political mistake. I hope he realizes it in the next few days, and to keep the Mahagathbandhan intact. Otherwise, it will be it will be happy days for the BJP. They were the ones. Sushil Modi has emerged as a leader again. He was written off after the election debacle, but he was kind of getting
So I think
now
Lalu Yadav has come
Yadav
up
has
with a
come up
statement.
with a
We'll just look.
statement,
Yeah, you can complete your sentence. I'll just look up what.
Yeah. So we can look at what Lalu Yadav has to say right now, because Lalu Yadav has categorically stated that these corruption charges are all false, but he should answer the documents that BJP has produced against Tejashwi Yadav, Tej Pratap Yadav, and many others in his party.
So also, do you think in terms of the national opposition parties, were they all too suspicious of Nitish Kumar after he supported demonetization and vocally came out in support of Ramnath Kovind as well? Because it looks like he was hurt with all the suspicion, because he says that it was getting very difficult for me.
No, for within the JDU, Nitish has made it very clear, I think, that the party will not fall into the traps, into the political narrative of the opposition, of say what he means, but what he kind of intends to has shown kind of or has indicated that he wants the opposition to come up with a newer agenda, something which he also tried in Bihar by we can debate whether having a prohibition law is right or wrong, but he was trying something different, and that is what, and that was the prime.
He kept repeating that he wanted to work on a developmental agenda. Take
agenda.
Bihar further in the process of development.
Exactly. So that is what, and that was the prime motive behind him supporting supporting demonetization, which he thought that it is a drastic measure which may have an appeal amongst people of India, but he is working on a territory which I don't know can be, because demonetization had its ill effects on the poor quite a lot, but still he was with demonetization.
So the press conference, Lalu Yadav's press conference is going on right now. So we'll have the details later, but the initial media reports tell us that he says Nitish Kumar never asked Tejashwi Yadav to resign, which Nitish himself had said in his address to the media, and he also says that
one thing
the allegations.
One thing that what Lalu is saying exactly what he's been saying for the last few days, that the corruption charges against him are false. So, and Nitish in his efforts to not fall into the larger polarized political environment right now has unfortunately fallen into the trap of BJP right now, the discourse that BJP had set in Bihar.
Because there's definitely a need for broader and stronger opposition right now, but especially with the elections, more elections coming in, which will set the ground for 2019.
Nitish, in asking RJD to come clean on the corruption charges, should have made an additional point about why is CBI only coming after RJD and not other BJP chief ministers. He did not even do that.
He could have taken a clear stand that there are many allegations against many CBI cases against prominent BJP leaders
as well. I think if he did that, his credibility would have worked. Would have been strengthened further if he would have allowed those 2 points, but he did not do that, and there comes his resignation, and Lalu is giving his explanation, and what exactly we'll still have to follow.
So we'll follow up on the details later. So I think that would be it for now.
But right now, last point, that with the Mahagathbandhan, if it eventually manages to break, is that opposition will be in disarray, because we have other parties also, like JDU is already split, CPM is the left is also kind of trying to get it sacked together. They are debating whether Sitaram Yechuri should be on RS seat or not. Congress, as we know, is completely
another blow for very important political opposition.
Political opposition right now. Let's see what happens in the next few days.
So that would be all from us right now. We'll follow up with more opinion pieces and analysis on our website. You can head to our website www.thewire.in for more details. We'll also come live again once we have more details and we have analyzed the situation, spoken to experts. So that would be it for now. Thank you for joining us.